Test. Test. Gentlemen, lineups are ready for our big clash today between Sutherland and the Sutherland Sharks. For our visitors, Sutherland, number 1, and captain, Daniel Lizich. Number 3, Yanni Nicolau. Number 4, Keith Van American. Number 5, Jordan Perez. Number 6, Riley Hollingdale. Number 8, Brendan Gann. Number 10, Tafiq Mala. Number 11, Song Ju Choi. Number 17, Richard Shurecki. Number 21, Nicholas Olsen. And number 22, Ty McGowan. On the bench, number 2, Lachlan McDonald. Number 7, Takumi Rafuka. Number 12, James Kusoy. Number 15, Jamie Necessity. Number 16, Jacob McClellan. Number 18, Gian Fiorese, and number 13, Julian Fidelli. And for your senior Olympic, in goals, number 1, Joseph Olovich. Number 3, Samuel Bosniak. Number 4, Joshua Hong. Number 5, and captain, Ziggy Gordon. Number 11, Yorgos Luka. Number 16, Bailey Callahan. Number 23, Brooklyn Malia. Number 24, Ben Jackson. Number 30, Joshua Da Silva. Number 31, Muto Fujita. And number 54, Marcus Fernandez. On the bench for Sicily, number 9, Marco Arabasic. Number 12, Peter Rosas. Number 13, Liam Saba. Number 18, Junyoung Kim. Number 21, Yuta Kimura. Number 35, Daniel Wong. And number 40, Anthony Carreras. Stand by for kickoff in 5 minutes.
When do you want to start it? When they're walking out? Yeah, that's fine. It's on, yeah? Yeah, testing 1, 2, 3, 4. I had a game once where like no one could hear me, and then everyone was trying to message me, and I was like commentating, and then no one. Then I found out that I was hearing. Because I say like pretty like not bad stuff, but like catchphrases and things. So I have the team sheet from the last game. And I just obviously amend whatever's there. And then I just have their number and then facts about the player. And match facts, like, about both teams. Yeah. You take notes. Yeah, then once I realize which plays which, I barely start flowing. Well, I know that all the shark plays, so. That's the first time they should be on that. Don't. Hello everyone and welcome here to Belmore Sports Ground for a big blue of the National Premier League scale. We have Sydney Olympic in their famous dark blue and white and Sutherland Sharks here in the National Premier League Men's Round 9 clash at the beautiful Belmore Sports Ground. Such an iconic oval. We can see Centre of Excellence being built by the Bulldogs behind you guys. Lovely train station to your left and just a suburban stadium in the heart of Sydney's inner west, which is the best place for football. Sydney Olympic have lost their last 5 games, so a bit of a struggle in form, whilst the Sutherland Sharks are coming off a massive 3-0 win against Manly United. Sutherland Sharks are a rejuvenated side, new signings, new coach, David Petkovic at the helm, coming from NWS Spirit. He led the side from League 1 to NPL 1 and hope this side get into that Australian Championship that we all followed closely last year. Obviously the Sutherland Sharks, we're waiting for them to come out and we will be ready to go. The referees are out. Charlotte Flynn, Liam Smith, Thomas Alders and Chloe Gray are the referees, and we are ready to go. Sutherland Sharks are in their white and Sydney Olympic are in their blue and white here. The Penn Hellenic will host the Sutherland Sharks once again at Belmore Sports Ground. Bit of a hold up as we wait for a ball to finally be kicked. But while we wait, it's a good chance to talk about the Sutherland Sharks Foundation, which was just launched this week. A great initiative by the club from the south, helping make football more accessible to the community and for the younger generation as well. And also a fun fact is that both these sides used to be one club. So the Sydney Olympic merged with the Sharks to create Olympic Sharks back in the early 2000s and played a few games at what is now Shark Park. And both sides walk out, getting ready for this match. Both sides crucially need a win. Sutherland Sharks comfortably off the drop, but are sitting in 9th place and are 4 points off a playoff position. whilst Sydney Olympic sit at the bottom. They've lost their last 5 games, so a win for them would be crucial to keep their season alive. And a game of familiarity. Both sides played for both sides in recent years, which we'll obviously get into more once the players do touch the ball. So it is a rivalry of dark blue and light blue, and it is the battle between the southeast and the inner west. As both sides get ready to kick off, we have Daniel Nizic and Ziggy Gordon, both captains, both have professional experience in Australia and overseas, as they get ready to find out who's going to go which way. And lots at stake here at Belmore Sports Ground. Lovely grass pitch, which has held up very well despite some overnight and early morning rain. The pitch has held up well, and both sides are getting into their huddle, and we will be kicking off very, very shortly here at Belmore Sports Ground. I would grab a cup of tea, popcorn. This is going to be a riveting match between two sides that are both iconic in the National Premier League New South Wales scenes. So I would not go anywhere. And actually, the last time these two met at Belmore Sports Ground, Sydney Olympic did win 2-1. And it has been 2 years since the Sutherland Sharks have beaten Sydney Olympic, and has been 5 years since the Sutherland Sharks have beaten Sydney Olympic here at Belmore Sports Ground. So a bit of history there for you. In fact, 9th of March 2024 was when Sydney Olympic won, and 10th of March 2019. So one day, 5 years apart. But we're now in April, here for an Easter Saturday clash between Sutherland Sharks and Sydney Olympic. It looks like the Sutherland Sharks are going to kick us off with a man that I've had the pleasure of knowing for all of my schooling life, Riley Hollingdale. He's back at the Sharks, a junior. I remember when he was a junior back at the Sutherland Sharks, back at the club. And I actually went to school in the same year as his brother Joel, who I can see he gets remnants of his game from his older brother, Riley Hollingdale, who starts us off. And it is Tariq Maya, who also received the ball. And now we have Yorgo Luka, whose mum is my brother's godmother. And Daniel Nizic there cleans it up comfortably. A member of the Australian Cup final squad with Sydney United that lost to Macarthur. And a man that actually has an Australian Cup title. There he was, Yanni Nicolaou, number 3. And it's a good start here from the Sharks, holding up possession very well here as they look to bring something out of nothing. He's gone into the middle for Hollingdale, who goes all the way back to Vans Amordniken from the Netherlands. Here's Nicolaou again, who actually won the Australian Cup with Macarthur. And we have Maya in the middle. He's gone, former professional footballer in Malaysia. He's got plenty of experience playing at the Sharks as well. Before he was in Malaysia, he was at the Sharks for numerous amount of years, so he's happy to be back. It was a hoofed ball in. It was a great ball too for Choi, but couldn't get a touch onto it, and it is now a goal kick. And we will see Sydney Olympics' first sequence of play with Josip Orlovic to start us off here. It's his first season with Sydney Olympic after coming from Sydney United 58, who are actually undefeated. He started every game this season, but he's still searching for his first clean sheet. So whether that comes today, we're going to see today. But that is the goalkeeper at his first season with Sydney Olympic. And here is Luka with a good battle between him and Perez. Both have Cypriot connections. Yorgo Luka is Cypriot, and Perez played in Cyprus for Olympiakos and AEK Larnaca. First shot of the game belongs to Sydney Olympic. Wasn't a handsome or pretty one there, but a shot nonetheless, as Sydney Olympic get the stat sheet up and running there. And it looks like that was Joshua Hong that shot that. And Sutherland Sharks will start us again. Here is Brendan Gunn, who goes out wide to, it looks like, Perez in this flashy pink boots. Definitely rate those. Goes back. Look, there's going to be some good linkage here between the fullbacks and the wide midfielders. Here is Van Amodningen, centre-back wearing number 4 from the Netherlands. Virgil van Dijk remnants, as we can see there. And it is cleared away nicely there from Ben Gjarsen. And Garn will take the throw. A decent start for both sides here, Sutherland Sharks and Sydney Olympic. We are here at the iconic Belmore Sports Ground, not only home to Sydney Olympic, but home of the Canterbury Bulldogs as well. A beautiful stadium in the heart of the inner west of Sydney, with a massive Greek community. I heard the Greek tunes blasting, lots of Greek being spoken to as well. Nick Olsen was the one to whip that in. Another man who's returned back to his former club after being the 2025 NPL Player of the Season last year for Wollongong Wolves. So a big addition to the Sutherland Sharks squad this year. Has played professionally in numerous countries, Vietnam and Kuwait, and had a stint with Brisbane Roar in the A-League as well. He also owns Olsen Football, so if you need a child that wants some football coaching, be sure to check that one out. It goes out wide. Not the best touch there, and it is lost by Sydney Olympic. That was Joshua De Silva who lost that, and Nicolau will start us off. There is Van Amodningen. There is Brendan Garn. Trying to find something, but goes back to the man from Netherlands instead, who sends it out wide to Choi, another new signing for Sutherland Sharks this season. Back to another new signing from Sutherland Sharks. Here's Nicholas Olsen, trying to find something promising. Here's Choi, can whip it in, but it's headed out there. It was some brilliant last-ditch defending there from Marcus Fernandez, who is against his old side. And his brother Mason plays for Fraser Park and was also at the Sutherland Sharks last year too. So there's some bit of connection there for you. Now here is Choi to rip this one in. Maybe he could put some mustard tomato sauce in it. We shall see what he puts in. It is his first season with the club too. And it's headed! Oh, and it's off the bar! That could have been very, very promising there for the Sutherland Sharks to open the scoring very early into this match. Choi with a beautiful delivery. He did get the sauce, but they couldn't get the mustard and the ketchup and execute it at the end there. It looks like Shueki was offside. However, it is in the safe hands of Orlovic, who will give it to Ziggy Gordon, who hails from Scotland, has experience with Central Coast and Western Sydney Wanderers. Not the best pass. It's intercepted there from the Sutherland Sharks, and then Shueki loses the ball for the side in white. Here's Nicolau, who actually proposed to his now fiancée back in January, so congratulations to him. I did tell him in person, but I think it's just nice for all of you to know that too. Here's Maya, who's taken the shot. It's a brilliant save from Orlovic. It could have fallen to Perez. And it's a goal kick. That's some great defending there. Sutherland Sharks are on the promising attack. It looks like they could get one away soon, but it's the stubbornness of Sydney Olympic that has kept this game goalless so far. And Orlovic there with a beautiful scrumptious save in the mighty pink, fluoro pink jersey, which I actually rate. We really love a pink goalkeeper jersey. And Orlovic is going to start us off, urging his team to push further upfield. Let's see if they can make something out of this. They do need some more shots. They need to test Nilic. Nilic is yet to be tested in this match. There's Orlovic hoofing the ball upfield, headed out there by Gunn. And it will be a throw for the away side. Looks like it will be Jordan Perez to start us off. He did come from NWS Spirit, so it is his first season with the Sutherland Sharks. He's a Bengal Brumby junior, so he is a Sutherland Shire boy through and through. And looks like Nizic was out to get it, but Nicolau tugging on. It's Hong now. He's going to take another shot. Headed up by Garn to save Nizic from having to make a save there. That's some great defending. And we have Sydney Olympics' first corner of the game. Hong has a lethal shot on him, but whether he can execute that into goals, we shall see. We have Yorgo Luka now to take the kick. He actually supports a North Ossetia in Cyprus for all those Cypriot football lovers such as myself. Sydney Olympics still have something for me, but it could be a counter-attack from the Sharks now. Here's Choi trying to find Shueki. It is a foot race between him and Garson, and Shueki loses the ball, runs straight into some of his old teammates there from last season, and it's restarted now with the Sutherland Sharks, and it goes all the way back to Orlovic, who can hoof it upfield, and it's a header there from Vern Amororgan. But Sydney Olympic start us back again. We have Fernandez to Gordon, Ziggy Gordon. And it goes all the way back to the skipper once again, rocking the number 5. It's a big of a tussle there between Fernandez and Maya, who actually played with each other last season. Fernandez couldn't get the pass through. Jordan Perez intercepts it, but it is a Sydney Olympic throw. Once again, a reminder that Sydney Olympic have lost their last 5 in a row, so they are looking to get a win in their books. They do sit at the bottom of the NPL New South Wales table, and the Sutherland Sharks did beat Manly United in their last outing. And Nicolau did well there to make Sydney Olympic get rid of that one there with Yuto Fujita. Nicolau to start us off. Here's Van Amorangan. There's Brendan Garn, who is in his second season. He did sign midway through last season. Shout out to him. He's actually a survivor of testicular cancer. So what a legend he is. Did play in Malaysia and is of Malaysian descent, most notably of Kuala Lumpur City FC. He's returned back to the Sutherland Sharks and back to the Shire and back into the National Premier League's system. It's good to have him back. Here's Nicolau, who goes back to his defence. Here's Garn. Some nice passing there between the Sharks. And that was Ty McGowan getting involved now in the middle. Happy birthday to him. It's actually his birthday today. And he gets the start. So a nice birthday present for him. His brother, Jay, was a Sharks player and now plays for Heidelberg United, tearing it up in the NPL in Victoria. Champion over there. Played in the Australian Cup final against Newcastle. So they come from a pretty good footballing family. So too does Riley Hollingdale, number 6. His brother Joel was at the Sharks for many years as well. And in the Shire Premier League for Como now. Well, was at Como. Hoofs upfield now. That's beautiful there from Maya, finding Perez. But Ziggy Gordon, who wins a goal kick for his side. That's some great defending there, showing his defensive brain, which he used in his which he used in chess as a young child. He was a chess champion, but decided to hang up the knights for that and put on the football boots and continue that journey. In the footballing world, I sent him to Australia and a captain for his side too. So here's Orlovic hoofing it upfield. It's kept. We thought it was kept in there, but it looks like the ball's gone out. Yuto Fujita try to keep that one in. And Nicolau to start us off once again. It goes all the way back to Van Amorangan, who we will talk a bit about right now for you. He came from the Dandenong Thunder in the NPL Victoria, played for VV Renden as a junior and D Graafschap. And then he also is another player with Cypriot inclinings, played for Bike Gdynia, who are now in the second division in Cyprus as well, before making the move, Dovo in the third division of the Netherlands, before making the move down to Australia as well. He's also a co-owner of 180 Football. So another footballer with an academy. So if you want to send your kids, plenty of options, which you've heard through this live stream. He does that with former Premier League and Bournemouth player Kyle Taylor and Daniel Alessi too. And there's Ziggy Gordon up for the header now. Riley Hollingdale, some bit of brilliance out in the midfield, gets past Luca for the time being. And Luca couldn't contain him, instead fouls him. And that's some great football there from Riley Hollingdale, who's back in the Sharks after a bit of time with Western Sydney Wanderers as well, most notably. And MacArthur too. He's also represented Australia juniors level, where he got to play with the likes of Marcus Eunice. So he's got plenty of experience in the footballing world at such a young age too. And it goes all the way back now. He's gone back into the middle to Thijs van Amoringen. Here's Hollingdale now, out wide to Choi, who was very pivotal so far in this game. Hollingdale tried to find Choi, but finds Sydney Olympic instead. That's some nice defending. The ball just needs to stay down on the ground, and it does. Nick Olsen showing his professionalism right there, puts the ball back onto the ground, and Garn lifts it back up. It's a battle between Choi and Da Silva. And now Olsen, who whips it in, and it will be a corner. It was Joshua Da Silva there with the all-pivotal block, and we now have a corner. It will be Choi. It will be Choi once again to whip this one in. Can you put some more mustard that he did in his last corner? And could there be an end product? Well, we will find out. Let's see if he can put the mustard into the burger and into the mixer. Whips it in now. Another decent corner. It takes a shot. Oh, and that's a brilliant goal. Tariq Maya. The execution was there on the corner, and the Sutherland Sharks open the scoring. It is Tariq Maya, number 10. Choi. Brilliant corner into the box. Maya, first touch, bang, straight into the back of the net. And what a way to open up the game. Tariq Maya with a sensational goal. That he was also part of the Sydney United 58 squad that got to the Australian Cup final. And he scored in the last 2 games against Apia and Manly United. So that's 3 goals in 3 consecutive games. Tariq Maya continuing his hot start. It was a beautiful finish, and my oh my, was that corner scrumptious. Choi delivered on his second one, and it was Tariq Maya with the absolutely phenomenal finish. And now Sydney Olympic are finally trying to get themselves back into the game with the Sharks' early goal. There's Ziggy Gordon, who goes back to Bosanjak. And here's Jordan Perez in a foot race. And it is a goal kick there. Nizic to start us off. Man who's got footballing experience in Australia and in the UK. Croatian background. And he's very proud. So Idemor Nizic. There is Nicolau. There is Van Amoringen. It's back to him. Seems to be beautiful linkage between these defenders. And Garn and Perez, who just had a 1-2 with each other right there. Here's Garn. The long ball. Ziggy Gordon is the one to claim that one. And it goes out to Gjarsen. And he wins the throw once again. Here is Ben Gjarsen now for Sydney Olympic. There's Nicolau. Ben Gjarsen. It is his first season at Sydney Olympic, coming from the Wollongong Wolves. And he was a junior at Sydney Olympic in the 15s, so he's back in the blue and white. Sutherland Sharks once again on the attack with a bit of dominance in this game so far. Here's Choi. His corner opened the scoring for Sutherland Sharks with a beautiful outside of the box finish from Tariq Maya. Here's Choi taking everyone on. It's a cross, a deep cross. Perez gets to it. First touch into the box. It's a beautiful turn there. But Ziggy Gordon, once again, using his knowledge and his experience to stop that Sharks attack. And from the club doubling their lead as well. Sutherland Sharks now, once again, with the ball. It was Ty McGowan trying to get something, but it was Fernandez with the interception. Sydney Olympic can now get something. And it looks like Malia gets to that. He also got promoted to the senior squad this year, along with Yorvo Luka. There's Gordon. And we have Sydney Olympic now with a nice spell of possession here. Can they get something from it? Sutherland Sharks have a lot of players behind the ball to obviously defend that lead. Jordan Perez, that's excellent there. You can tell he's had experience overseas, Jordan Perez, in his first season with the club. He comes along with David Perkovic in his first season as well. Cleared away. There is Fernandez. It's a nice cut. Something brilliant there. Marcus, he could have kept going there. And sorry, that was Bosnjak, not Fernandez. It's the buzz cuts for me. There we go. We have Van Amorengen out to Garn. And it looks like there is a big Sutherland Sharks contingent here. The stadium did erupt when Maya got that goal. So good to see that there has been a good away support in droves. Good for the league as well. Nicolau had the run out wide, but it's gone back now to the same side. There's Maya, there's McGowan out wide to Perez, but I think Gordon's going to win this one once again. Into the midfield to Fernandez. And not the best pass there from Marcus Fernandez, who has had experience overseas as well. And it will start again with Jordan Perez, who also played in Spain for CF Royce, Sharks Junior and owner of PMA Health Club. So a lot of players here have their own businesses and also play football. So it's good to see that keeping themselves busy and also playing some quality football here, which is what we love to see. And Richard Shuricki pressing Ziggy Gordon there. Goes back to Bosnjak. And here is Da Silva. Riley Hollingdale now. That was Hollingdale wins that back. Nick Olsen back to Hollingdale. Back there to Choi. Nicholas Olsen trying to find Hollingdale and does. Whips it in. Can they get something from there? It's deep. It's gone to Perez. It's sort of crossed into the box. Ziggy Gordon cleared it away. Maya trying to do it again. Stumbles on his feet now. Sydney Olympic stopped that. But it's gone back in from Van Morengen. Very strong and physical he is at the back. Remnants of Van Dyke. And it's lost once again by Sydney Olympic. It looks like it was lost from Luka this time. And just very sloppy passing here from Sydney Olympic. De Silva trying to prevent Shueki from getting to it. And gets a throw in instead of a corner. Choi to Nicolau. There's Hollingdale. Goes back to Garn. Orlovic in goals. You can hear him screaming, urging his team to get forward, press. Make sure that the Sharks can't find an opening to get a second goal. The goal did come early, so the Sharks do have the momentum. And it's Orlovic. Easy hands there from Orlovic. It goes to Gordon now. Bosniak. Fernandez. A fate of the ball, but that couldn't eventuate to anything. There's Maya. Finds a beautiful pass to Nicholas Olsen. Hefty touch. Keeps going. And the ball trickles out. Nicholas Olsen, 2025 NPL New South Wales Player of the Season. Showing a little bit of spark in those twinkle feet of his, Nicholas Olsen. A player who's returned. Last time he was at the Sharks, we had the likes of the Sharks had the likes, and we, the NPL New South Wales, had the likes of Adrian Vranich and Blair Brown, all suiting up for the Sutherland Sharks as well. Back in the old logo days, back when Paul Smith, shout out to Paul Smith, the old president, was at the helm, and the Sharks' new and improved stadium was the way it was before the build. There is De Silva. We have Yuto Fujita. Bosniak. There's Ziggy Gordon. Back to centre back counterpart. It's a beautiful ball. I think Nizic is going to get to that and instead decides to leave it out. It was Bailey Callahan who was running onto that one, but it's Nizic instead who gets to it. And as you can see from the back of the camera, you can see the train line at the back. So this stadium does really have it all. And it is such a beautiful, beautiful stadium. Even better when it's packed out. So if any of you don't have anything to do on NPL New South Wales weekends when Sydney Olympic are playing at home, feel free to come down. It's great to support the league, and just good to watch some lovely football. There's nothing better on a Saturday afternoon. Here's Troy now. Tries to go for the shot. Wasn't too far away. It's an effort nonetheless. There's Orlovic to start us off again. In his bright pink. Let's see what the Olympic can do from this play. Boofed up now. It's gone all the way back to the other keeper, Daniel Nizic. Both sides benches have been sent to warm up. There are some promising players coming off the bench for Sydney Olympic. Peter Grozos back from injury, former Sharks player. Danny Wong for Sydney Olympic, another former Sharks player as well. And Liam Saba. Sharks, you've got the likes of Lockie McDonald, Gian Fioresi and Jacob McLaughlin as well. And Takumi Ofuka, who started the last game, he hails from Japan, who's also warming up for the side. But anyway, Choi sends it. Lovely ball to Nick Olsen, who tries to find Choi again, finds Hollingdale, and who finds an offside Choi, who just was a tad bit late on his run there. A bit more about Choi, who seems to be involved a lot in this game. It is his first season with the club. He was at Blacktown City last year. He has started 4 of 6 games this season. Seong Jo Choi, and of course hails from South Korea. Sydney Olympic now once again with the ball. Lost. Luka loses it, and it was Perez who did well to recover it for the Sharks. It is put in now by Maya. Ziggy Gordon once again cleared away by Joshua Hong, who is a former academy player of both Central Coast Mariners and Western Sydney Wanderers. Started every game this season in his second season for Olympic. Here we have more promise here from Sydney Olympic. No foul given. Sydney Olympic take the shot. It's come off Van Amarongan under deflection. And Sydney Olympic have some more promise now and got a shot away this time. So what can they get from here is Josh De Silva to take this one. Who is a Sydney Olympic nomad, rotates this season between first grade and under 20s. He actually earned his maiden first grade start in last week's 2-1 loss away to Wollongong Wolves in round 8 on Sunday the 29th of March. Sutherland Sharks wanted a foul. It looks like they got it. Her whistle, and it looks like she awarded the free kick in the end. Goes out wide now to Gunn. Here is Van Amorengen, Nicolau, Choi. That's beautiful there from Nicholas Olsen. Just the experience and his calmness and composure on the ball shows why he was NPL New South Wales Player of the Season last season at the Wolves. It's gone out wide to Perez. Tried to find the birthday boy McGowan. Instead finds Sydney Olympic, who still have possession of the ball. Bailey Callahan trying to work hard. Oh, that was beautiful passing on the ball there. Sydney Olympic. Bit of promise coming here from the Pan Hellenics who have brought out something. The loyal fans from the Greek community have come out to support the side. Ziggy Gordon, not with the best touch, but he's recovered there very well. The captain of the side, who sent it out to Ben Garson. Goes back to him. There is Fernandez. Ziggy Gordon. Looks like the sun has come out, which is awesome to see at a 5 o'clock kickoff at Belmore Sports Ground. Here's Luca. Goes out now to Hong. Held the ball very well there. There's De Silva. Tried to cross the ball. He did have options to his left and to his right. He had Yuto Fujita right next to him. Went for the cross instead. And Daniel Nizic will start off the ball. His proud dad is in support. And in the grandstand supporting his son. Nizic here, who's captain of the Sutherland Sharks and who got us underway. Here's Van Amerengen, who's put a beautiful bus at the back of the defence. The Sydney Olympic still trying to get through. Here's Choi. Finds Riley Hollingdale. Very beautiful touch there. Got that from his brother Joel, I can see. Hollingdale out wide to Olsen. Finds Choi. Playing very well there, but unfortunately for him, loses the ball. And unfortunately for his side. There's Hong. Clip in the back and it's kicked out. It was a nice touch there from the man in the stands. And it is De Silva once again to start us off. There's Fernandez battling Shuiki. Olympic ball. And De Silva throws it all the way back to Ziggy Gordon, who goes out wide to Giarson. Goes back. Sydney Olympic can't find that final pass to get a shot, just a chance that could help them get themselves back into this game. Here's Bosniak and Yuto Fujita, hailing from Japan, taking on Nicolau and Choi. De Silva back to Fernandez, going back to Bosniak, and there's De Silva. So nice ball there. Here is Fujita, the man hailing from Japan. Whips it in. Couldn't get the head on. He couldn't get the head into it. Mr. Bailey Callahan, and it's gone all the way back to Ziggy Gordon, who's trying to find a way to get his side back in. And there's a shot on, and it's just over the bar. It is a shot nonetheless. Sydney Olympic. That just shows how stubborn the Sharks have been in defence to get a shot out from about 25 yards for Sydney Olympic instead of, because there was nothing else that they could have had options wide. That was a shot from Brooklyn Malia. Sutherland Sharks restart once again. There's Brendan Gunn. Goes to Van Amerengen. Nicolau. Out wide to Choi. Beautifully touched down. You can tell he's played a high level of football. There's Olsen, another man who's played a high level of football. A lethal left foot of his. Okay, he's still going, Nick Olsen. And he's won his side a corner. Trickery there from Nicholas Olsen. A man with a trickery that sent him overseas to Vietnam and Kuwait. And the Maldives most recently. So there's a fun fact that you can ask Nick Olsen. He's played football in the Maldives. A tropical paradise that he turned into a tropical oasis with his dribbling skills. And it's a shot once again, and it's a save from Orlovic. That could have been a double from Maya from the corner again. But it's Orlovic with the save. And Perez with the ball. There's Hollingdale, who's tracked back for his centre-back counterparts. Goes out to Garn. Sorry, that's Gan. That was Nicolau. Gan, looks like Gan and Nicolau have just swapped places in the fullback position role just for a little bit. There is Hollingdale. Nicolau. Maya, who has switched to number 10 this year. Last year he was number 19, and with the departure of Mason Fernandez, he's taken the number 10. Nicolau with a beautiful ball out to Choi. There's Gan. There's Van Amerengen. Nicolau. New addition, Sharks kits having their names on the back. Wearing the lovely white and black. Sydney Olympic in their traditional blue and white. And the ball is quicker than the player. And Bailey Callahan could not get to the end of that one. And it will be a Sutherland Sharks throw. Jordan Perez to restart us. It's thrown in. It's touchdown from Hong. Choi. Shuiki. Choi. Still going. Here's Richard Shuiki in a battle with Bosniak. Shuiki still with the ball. And Bosniak keeps going. And there is Sydney Olympic now. Bosniak. Van Amerengen. No foul there. But I love... No foul there. Much to the dismay of the Sydney Olympic faithful. Charlotte Flynn, the referee. And here's Nicolau. And it looks like Nicolau will restart us. Up for Marcus Fernandez. Out wide now to Yuto Fujita. There is Hong. A low-driven cross that eventuates to Maya from the Sharks getting the ball. There's Choi. Bosniak wins ahead of there. Fernandez, daft touch. Luca out to Ben Gyarson. There's Luca. Fernandez. Luca. Gordon. And Gordon gets to the M&J Chicken sponsorship, but not to a player. And Daniel Nizic is to start us off. Once again. Lots of experience. Played for the likes of Morecambe, Burnley, Western Sydney Wanderers, MacArthur, and Sutherland Sharks. Very impressive footballing resume. There's Nicolau. He's conquered all of Australia with the Australian Cup with MacArthur before making the move to Sutherland Sharks, who win the throw-in. Ball boys working overtime here. They've delivered the ball to Jordan Perez. Going back to Gan. There's Nizic. Restarting. Nicolau. Him and Gan have swapped fullback positions. Again. Then Merengen. There's Maya. Troy is lurking on the wing by himself, but instead they go back to Maya, who finds Perez. Whips it in, and it's cleared out there from Sydney Olympic. That looks like it was Ben Gyarson, and can confirm it is Ben Gyarson. It is whipped in now. Looks like that's Riley Hollingdale to whip this one in. Can they get another goal from another set piece? Here's Riley Hollingdale now. Hand in the air, balls in the air. Can someone get to the end of it? Shuiki with the header. but it goes straight to Orlovic. Richard Shuiki trying to put his stamp on the game and onto the NPL New South Wales 2026 passport as well. Here is Olympic now, continuing. And there has been a gap. Here's Bailey Callahan, Sydney Olympic, taking the shot. And that was another chance, once again off target, and it was Brooklyn Malia. But yet to test Nizic once again. Now, Choi. Fujita. Trying to find something here, Sydney Olympic. Nicolau. Nicholas Olsen. There's Riley Hollingdale. And here's Hong battling with Shuiki. Shuiki pressing Ziggy Gordon. Orlovic goes all the way back to the keeper. It was an attack, and now it's back to the defence. Some wonderful pressing here from the Sutherland Sharks. Here is De Silva. Gets past Choi. De Silva once again gets past Nicolau. Here's Malia. Back to De Silva. It's some beautiful football here between the players who have been rotating between first grade and 20s, but there was no end product there. Seems like that is the definition of Sydney Olympics game today. No end. They get some beautiful play, but cannot finish with the end product there. And so far, as this game is going, is 1-0 down to 1-0. They are 1-0 down. Tariq Maya with the only goal of the match, 1-0. And Sutherland Sharks are en route to ending their 5-year win drought at this ground against Olympic. And Olympic could add to 6 games in a row on the losers column. But, of course, this is football, and there's still plenty of time left to go. And whenever I have a game, there's always some late drama. And in case you have missed it, I am Chris Osman-Mastakis. Pleased to bring you this round 9 game here at Belmore Sports Ground in the heart of the Inner West, the heart of the Greek community, one of the big Greek community here in the Shire in Sydney, in Belmore. Speaking of the Shire, Sutherland Sharks, that's where they are based. Nicolau. There's Ty McGowan. Happy birthday to him. And we have Garn, who sends it out wide. Here's Shuiki. Couldn't get to the end there. And Sydney Olympic to start us off again. That's some pressing from Shuiki. Done very well there. Ty McGowan wins the foul. And the ball has been kicked away by Sydney Olympic. It was some nice pressing there from Shuiki, which eventuated to Sutherland Sharks winning a foul. Their goal did come from a set piece, a beautifully worked beautifully worked corner that found Tariq Myers banging foot outside of the box. Here's Nicholas Olsen. They're deciding which one of them will take it, either him or Maya. It is in a decently promising position, but let's see what eventuates from it. Here's Luca. There is Perez. Nicolau. Goes to Van Ameregan. Brendan Guard. Van Ameregan. Brendan Gunn. Sutherland Sharks Once again with the possession. Here's Perez. Sorry, Nicolau. I don't know where I got Perez from. Perez is on the other side of the pitch. Here's Gahn. Nicholas Olsen, who now gives it to Perez. There he is. And it's Gordon once again with the foot. Hong clears it away. Straight to the feet of Brendan Gahn. There's Yanni Nicolau. And Orlovic gets his foot onto that one. Sydney Olympic to restart. Goes back. Here is Ziggy Gordon. More promising football here from Sydney Olympic. They just need to get an end product, get themselves back into the game. It does go to Yuto Fujita. It goes back to Bosniak. There's Ziggy Gordon. Nicolau tries to get ahead, and here's Fujita, who puts the space in behind and takes a shot! And Sydney Olympic equalise with Yuto Fujita, the man hailing from Japan. Takes it around with Yanni Nicolau, and it is 1-0 here. And Yuto Fujita finishes it off for Sydney Olympic. The end product has finally been delivered, and the deadlock has been broken here. And it is Yuto Fujita, who has played for Atletico Suzuka in the 5th tier of Japanese football after being relegated via the playoffs from the Japan Football League. He's got 2 goals this season, one last week against the Wolves in round 8 on the 29th of March, and the other against NSW Esprit in round 4 on the 28th of Feb. So 2 goals in 2 games, and he's showing why he starts every game and why they grabbed him from Japan. And he says arigato to the Sutherland Sharks in that for finishing that one straight into it. And here is Werner Merengen now to start us off. And we have a game in our hands. And Jordan Perez offside there. You could hear his what from all the way back here. And now we have a game. So, ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. Grab your popcorn. Grab your nerves. Whatever treats you like to have when you watch football or any sport. Because there is still plenty to come here at Belmore Sports Ground. It was 2 beautifully worked goals. Here's Ziggy Gordon now. Whipped in. And a foul is won there by Sydney Olympic. Sydney Olympic now with Fernandez to deliver. See what he can do. Whips it in now. It's a header from Ziggy Gordon. And Nizic was tested there. And it's Choi on the counter-attack against Fujita, the goal scorer. And it's nice defending there. But there is a foul. And Nicolau goes back to Werner Merengen. There's Gahn. Out wide there to Perez. Merengen. Riley Hollingdale. Glimpses of his brother Joel, I can see, from the way he controls the ball. There's Gahn. Merengen. Out wide to Perez. But it's Garson who deals with that. There's Luca. Fernandez. It's a foot race, and Nizic kicks it out. Olsen, beautiful touchdown. Exceptional work. They find Choi, who's battling against the Silva. There's Olsen now. Whipped in. And it is a corner. Bosniak there. Deflected. And Nicholas Olsen helped his side win a corner. Can they capitalise on this corner and get another goal? Here is Choi now. See if he can deliver some goodness into the box. Whipped in now, but this time doesn't get past the first man. But it's still one. There's Olsen. Straight deflection. And that is halftime here at Belmore Sports Ground. Sutherland Sharks, Sydney Olympic 1, Sutherland Sharks 1. Thanks to goals from Yuto Fujita and Tariq Maya. Do not go anywhere. There is still plenty to play for here. In 15 minutes, we will be back with the second half here at Belmore Sports Ground between Sydney Olympic and Sutherland Sharks. Grab some coffee, grab some tea, popcorn, whatever it is. We'll be back very soon.
Just some scores from around the grounds. After 34 minutes, it's ST Raiders 1, Wolves 1, and after 18 minutes, NWS Spirit 0, University of New South Wales 0.
That's good, I'm glad. know what I mean? Yeah, no. I live in Australia, so like even when they send me to Wollongong, it's closer than Taiwan. I don't know why they're telling me, so yeah. No, I'm not seeing that. Oh yeah, no, it's good. It's good for the Welcome everyone back here at Belmore Sports Ground for the second half of this National Premier League Men's Round 9 fixture between Sutherland Sharks and Sydney Olympic. Sutherland Sharks are the first team to come out of the sheds for the second half. They did open up the scoring with Tariq Meyer with an absolute thunderbolt from outside of the box. And Sydney Olympic's goal scorer was Yuto Fujita for what's going to be a brilliant second half. So be sure to be ready for that one. And it's all to play for here in this second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome.
It's going to be a big second half here for Sydney Olympic and Sutherland Sharks here. Sydney Olympic trying to not go 6 games in a row without a loss, and the Sharks want to push into the closer to those playoff positions. So strap yourselves in, get your seatbelt on, get your popcorn ready. Hopefully it's out of the microwave by now. You've had 15 minutes, so hopefully it's out of there by now, so that you can sit and enjoy the game.
This game tonight at 7 p.m. So stick around. The football does not end.
As the public announcer just said, the football does not end. We have 45 minutes left to go here at Belmore Sports Ground, and plenty to play for both sides. Here in the beautiful Belmore Sports Ground in the inner west here at Belmore. Beautiful suburban stadium with lots of history, lots of rich history. And like I said in the first half, I'll say it again in the second half, the Sutherland Sharks, shout out to them, they've just set up a foundation supporting local young footballers and trying to get scholarships and make football, which is football accessible for everyone. So for more information on that, be sure to head to their socials, donate if you want, and just help out. And just help out the youth, because at the end of the day, they're the future of this beautiful game. We want to keep it running for as long as we can and grow it as much as we can here. But for now, we have football to play. Sydney Olympic are going to start us off. It will be Joshua Hong to start us off. We are waiting. It looks like there is an issue with the net on the other side, on the Sutherland Sharks defending side now. So just trying to keep themselves warm while that gets solved. The linesman found an issue with that, so they're trying to just get that sorted before we restart.
Just a reminder, our
And
Australia Cup campaign kicks off this Tuesday at Valentine Park, 7 p.m. against Central Coast United. So that's this Tuesday.
And like the PA just said, Sydney Olympics' next game will be on Tuesday against Central Coast United at the Australia Cup at Valentine Park. And the Sharks will play on Wednesday against Gladesville Ride Magic there. Shout out to the number 28, Marcus Apostolakis, who is coming back, working his way out from an injury. So it will be a good match for both of those teams. Try to get themselves into the Sharks trying to get themselves back into the round of 32. Olympic trying to get themselves back into the round of 32 as well. We started now. Who's Orlovic? Looks like both teams have come out with no changes and have kept. Actually, scratch that. The Sutherland Sharks have brought in number 15, Jamie Persevsky. It looks like it was for Brendan Garn. But actually, not for Brendan Garn, but they have brought in Persevsky. And Jordan Perez wins the foul for the Sharks. You can see his shining, beautiful pink boots there. Persevsky also comes from NWS Spirit with the coach Perkovic. So lots of Spirit players making the switch. Just shows how much of an impact Perkovic has had on his players to not only bring himself to the club, but bring a whole bunch of his team along down the south as well. So they made the move from the Arctic Circle, from Christie Park, to the Fortress Seymour Shore Stadium. So a bit of a long journey from them, but hoping to make themselves an impact here at their new clubs and their new colours. And here is Ziggy Gordon Now through to Hong. Sydney Olympic started on the front foot just for the moment here at Belmore Sports Ground. There's Bjarson. Puts a beautiful ball into Luka, who's got a foot race with Perez. Here's Luka. Passed in. Cleared away now. Not only as far as Fernandez. And Ty McGowan working extremely well there to get the ball out. And Perez finally clearing up the dinner. But it comes back to Bjarson, who tries to get across into the box. And it is a foul. There's a bit of a tug there from Bailey Callahan to Jamie Persevsky.
And he was replaced by number 15, Jamie Persevsky.
No, yeah, Yanni Nicolau is not the substituted player, if you could hear that announcement. Yanni Nicolau is still on the pitch, as we can see over there. But the Sharks had something in the box, but it's Bosniak to clear that one away. Headed down. Sutherland Sharks with possession now. I can figure out who that substitution was in just a moment. It looks like it was Riley Hollingdale who got subbed off. A man who has got very much links to the Sutherland Shire. As you can see, he is there with the jumper on, getting himself warmed up. His brother Joel and I went to school together in the same year. He's got remnants of him from his game. So Riley Hollingdale is the one to come off for Jamie Persevsky, not Yanni Nicolau, who's still on. And Sydney Olympic trying to get on the front foot here. Thrown in now by Bjarson. Here's Van Amorengen. The Sydney Olympic just leave the ball to trickle out there. There is Ben Bjarson now. Luka. There is Hong. Sends it out wide to the goal scorer, Fujita. Sends it through now to Da Silva, who gets past his mark, which was Choi, but the cross was just a tad deep there, and it looks like Perez will come and retrieve the ball. Here is Perez now, throwing it in. Nick Olsen. Kicked up in now. Here's a foot race between Ziggy There's Nick Olsen now. And there's no foul call. And Nick Olsen there, wiped out. But not enough for a foul. And Orlovic will start us off there. Still 1-1 here at Belmore Sports Ground. Still plenty to play for both these sides. Sydney Olympic looking to get 3 points. Sutherland Sharks also looking for 3 points. Orlovic kicks that one straight out into the hands of the fourth official, Chloe Gray. Jordan Perez throws that out. I have received messages about Riley Hollingdale coming off, which I have confirmed on the commentary. And a foul throw has been given. You don't see that very often, not even at this level. You'll see it at local league, but definitely not in NPL. So a foul throw call is a rarity these days. But yeah, just confirming that, yes, Riley Hollingdale is the player to come off. Not Nicolau. Here's Daniel Nizic now to restart us. it's there with the new man on the pitch, who's still got the ball. Sutherland Sharks trying to find an opening somewhere, whether that's through the midfield out wide or through the defence. And here is Nicolau. Can confirm he's still on the pitch. Van Amerengen out now to Persevsky. Van Amerengen finds Choi, but it was the touch that let him down for Fujita to get the ball back. There he is now, the goal scorer. Trying to find an opening now. Sydney Olympic cleared up. There, Persevsky getting his foot onto that one. Keeps going now, Persevsky. There's Nick Olsen, NPL 2025 Player of the Year with Wollongong Wolves, who wins the foul. His intricate trickery there, Nick Olsen, wins the foul. And confirming once again that he has had overseas stints in the Maldives, Vietnam and Kuwait. And in the NPL scene, he's played for Apia and Sydney United 58 and for Heidelberg United in NPL Victoria. He does have 2 penalties, 2 goals this season, both coming in the 3-2 away win to Blacktown City in round 4 on the 1st of March. So, plenty of set-piece goals, the Sutherland Sharks. Like we saw one again today. I think Tariq Maya is the one to step over this one. Or is it Nick Olsen? It's Nick Olsen! And that one was not handsome or pretty there as it hits the Strong Future banner there at Belmore Sports Ground. This club, the Sutherland Sharks, do have a strong future. They're building a great foundation over there at Seymour Shaw Stadium. Greg O'Rourke, the president, building something great there with the new grandstand and the new and improved squad, and even the social. Same with Sydney Olympic. They're building a strong future as well. Lots of clubs are getting on board with the social media and understanding how important it is for a club to have that. So both strong futures for both the clubs, but we're focusing right now on the present, and the present is that Sydney Olympic sit at the bottom with 5 losses in a row, and the Sutherland Sharks sit in 9th, and it is 1-1 at the moment. There is Persevsky, Van Amerengen, there's Nicolau, out wide to Choi. There is Maya, Nicolau, Choi tries to find someone there, but it'll just trickle all the way out, and Orlovic will be the one to start us off. Once again, Sydney Olympic are a club with a lot of history, so the position that they're in would not satisfy the club. We're talking about the likes of Tim Cahill playing for this club, Nicky Carl, who have had the pleasure of playing alongside at the charity matches that I do every year, which you can follow at Charity Match Official. Just a little bit of self-promo there. And even Sotirios Kyriakos, who, former Liverpool player, has come and done stints here. Same with Ian Rush. So Sydney Olympic are a club with plenty of history. National Soccer League titles as well. And I think they're going to obviously look for something to change, as losing 5 games in a row is definitely not within the objections for the club, especially for a club of this stature. And we shall see what will happen with this season. So here's Sydney Olympic now. Intercepted, there's Persevsky. There is Ty McGowan, the birthday boy. Once again, they're trying to make him into a birthday cake, Ty McGowan. And it looks like the first piece of cheese has been shown to this game. And it looks like it went to Marcus Fernandez. And didn't take. It took this whole a bit of the second half for the first yellow card to be shown, which I think is a promising sign and a good sign for the game. Here is Garn, sends it out wide to Ty McGowan, whips it in, not cleared properly, but finally cleared away by Fernandez. Almost, it's back now. Ziggy Gordon actually deals with it. Clever mind there, and it continues now. There is Olsen. And looking around him, Nick Olsen, and the foul has been given. Nick Olsen not happy there, and I think the frustration showed in that tackle. And let's hope that Luka is fine there. Some bit of fire there from the Sydney Olympic faithful here. And we continue. There is De Silva. Goes back to Orlovic. There is McGowan. Sydney Olympic once again retrieve the ball. Here's Fernandez. Gone. Intercepted there by him. Here's Olsen. Trying to mine something. Finds Meyer. Can't get a shot away. And there was a bit of miscommunication there. Choi went one way and the ball went the other way. And unfortunately that led out to a goal kick for the Sharks. Unfortunate for them. Because that did look promising and that could have led to another goal. And we continue with a stalemate. And the substitutions for the Sutherland Sharks are warming up. So that could potentially mean that we could see another substitution for the side. And Olympic subs are also warming up too. So they could potentially bring in their first substitution. They've got plenty of power on the bench, both sides. Hoofed up now. It is a nice header down from Brendan Garn. Ty McGowan. There's Brendan Garn again. Keeps going. And it's finally cleared away there by Ben Garson. Jordan Perez to take the throw. Let's see if they can make anything from this. It looks like Perkovic is trying to summon a Sharks player. Let's see who that might be. Or a switch in balls potentially. There's Perez. Garson heads it out. There's Luka. Loses the ball to Ty McGowan. And Luka just clears that one out. There's Perez. Ty McGowan. Ziggy Gordon. Cleared away now. Cleared down. There is Persevsky. Nicolau. Choi. Gan. Nicolau. Plenty of experience he has, Nicolau. There's Persevsky. Out wide to Perez. The battle between two players who have spent a significant amount of time in the island of Cyprus. Perez playing for Olympiakos Nicosia, not the one we all know, and Ike, whilst Luka, of Cypriot background, both their parents, they lived there for a while, and is an Anorthosi fan. So, not doing too well Anorthosi in the league. They do wear the same colours as Sydney Olympic though, so bit of remnants there. And Sydney Olympic do restart. Looks like Ben Garson is going to restart us. Callahan loses that one out. Tariq Meyer is Van Morengan. Daniel Nizic now. Captain fantastic to start it up, to restart. There's Meyer. Hoofed up now. Perez. And that's some nice defending there from Luka, but just clears that one away. Perez once again to take the throw. Every player from the Sutherland Sharks is in the opposing box, in the opposing half, but Daniel Nizic. They want that second goal desperately. Headed out by Fernandez. Here's Callahan. Does well to retrieve the ball and still have the ball. Choi. Orlovic just let the ball go out for the goal kick. There is Orlovic now. See if they can create something from this. Here's Orlovic. Love to kick along. There has not been a single kick that's been short, but that's his technique. That's his technique. Can't complain. Brendan Garn absolutely bodying Luca off the ball there, showing his experience. And finally cleared away. Lots of support here from the Sydney Olympic faithful to try and push them over the edge. There's Jordan Perez to throw this one. It's Persevsky. Another throw in. Bailey Callahan intercepting that pass. There's Perez. Goes all the way back to Van Amorongan. There's Nicolau. Out wide to Choi. He's Olsen now. Will he use his experience to try and get his team over the line? There's Choi. Nick Olsen now. There's Choi. Whipped in. Headed out by Fernandez. Promising now. There's Ty McGowan. Whipped in by Perez. Trying to find something in the Sharks. Olsen and Garn, both pivotal touches. Olsen still going. And that was beautiful there from Nicolau. Sutherland Sharks holding the ball up very well at the moment. There's Troy. Pivotal in the Sharks' goal that they scored. There's Nicolau. Him and Ziggy Gordon with a battle. Ziggy Gordon now. Trying to find that pass. Finds it. And the foul has been given. Bailey Callahan wins the foul for his side. And a card has been given to Jamie Persevsky. It's like the first one of the game for the Sutherland Sharks. Looks like the Sydney Olympic faithful agree with that decision. Marcus Fernandez to whip this one in now. Let's see what they can do. Whipped in. Didn't get that one off the ground. But it's back to Fernandez. Whipped in. And it is a goal kick now for the Sutherland Sharks. We are hitting that crucial part of the game where substitutions would look to be called upon, but we haven't seen any from Sydney Olympic as of yet. Sutherland Sharks did bring on Persevsky, the man who did get shown into the referee's book just a moment ago. Now there's Perez taking on Luca. Back to Persevsky. There's Vanna Morengan. Out wide now. There's Choi. Fernandez. Cleared out, and it is a Sutherland Sharks throw. Cleared out now. That's a great header there from Persevsky. Keep moving. There's Tariq Maya. And Sydney Olympic clear that one, but only as far as a player in blue and in white, sorry. But Sutherland, the Olympic did well to win that, but it's gone back to Sutherland Sharks, who are about to make a substitution. Number 7, Takumi Ofuka, is the man to come on, and it looks like it will be Richard Shawiki to come off. So about Takumi Ofuka, he hails from Japan. It's his first season in the Sutherland Sharks following stints with Wollongong Wolves and NWS Spirit. So he, once again, joining Jordan Perez and Coach David Perkovic from making the move to Seymour Shaw. He has started every game this season apart from this one. So, and it was in the 2025 NPL New South Wales Team of the Year. So Takumi Ofuka comes on. Richard Shuiki couldn't really make the mark that he could this game. Fresh legs call for fresh beginnings. Let's see if Takumi Ofuka can make the difference here and put his side back into the lead. Tariq Maya loses the ball there. Sydney Olympic on the attack. Still going now. It's a brilliant tackle there from Yanni Nicolau. Choi keeps it in. Nicolau finally got the best of Fujita. There's Van Amerengen. Tariq Maya. There's Nicolau who gets a brilliant ball into Perez. And that looks like it is a throw-in. Cleared away by Ben Garson. Perez to take the throw once again. Taken in, there's Ty McGowan. Perez. Ty McGowan whipped in now. Headed out by Bosniak. There's Persevsky out wide. Choi. Nicholas Olsen picking up the pieces there. And finally cleared away by De Silva. It looks like there is a player on the ground, so that will be dealt with now that the ball is out of play. Let's hope that everything's okay. There seems to be Sharks players and Olympic players surrounded by him, so good to see that there's a bit of camaraderie when there is a player on the floor.
Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, there is another match to follow today's match in the under-20s game between Sydney Olympic and Sutherland Sharks, kicking off at 7 p.m.
Let's hope for the best while we wait for that. Just a bit more reminders about both the teams' forms. So Sydney Olympic have lost 5 games in a row, whilst the Sutherland Sharks are coming off a great win against Manly United. That one was a 3-0 win. And they sit comfortably in 9th position. And the Sutherland Sharks and Sydney Olympic were merged at one stage to form the Olympic Sharks back in the early 2000s in the NSL days. And it's good to see that he's up on his feet. It looks like it is Yuto Fujita who's back up on his feet, which seems to be great.
At Belmore Sports Ground next Saturday night at 5 p.m. Sydney Olympic versus Manly United next Saturday night at 5 p.m. Hope to see you all back to that camp.
Up on his feet, which is an awesome sign to see, but they're waiting for him to walk off the pitch and receive the treatment that he needs. He's holding his chest, so might have landed badly on that. But good to see that he's back up on his feet. And a great ball there from the faithful. We are now restarted. There is Jordan Perez, and we have the train on looking this game. Nice and slow so that everyone can have a piece of the action, piece of the pie. And we restart now. Here's Van Amerengen to Persevsky. Sharks trying to find something here. Van Amerengen. There's Choi. They're trying to make something out of nothing here. Let's see what they can come up with here. Here's Gan. Goes out wide to Perez. There is... Ofuka making an impact. Nick Olsen. And it's a block. McGowan tries something. It is a shot. And that just, once again, hit that banner. Sutherland Sharks with another promising chance there. And we do have a substitution now for Sydney Olympic. We have a striker coming on. Marko Arambasic, who started last game, coming on now. It's his first season with Sydney Olympic. He was formerly of Central Coast MacArthur Bulls and Sydney United 58, where he did 2 stints there, and NWS Spirit. Started every game this season but this one, but 3, and has 3 goals, which came in the 5-1 win to SD Raiders on the 14th of February. Then a week later, on the 22nd of March, in the tour draw to St George City, and the only scorer in the 4-1 loss to Rockdale Illingdon on 17th of March. And he has come on for the goal scorer for Sydney Olympic for this match, Yuto Fujita. Safe hands there from Orlovic, and it looks like Lockie McDonald is getting prepped up for the Sutherland Sharks. A man who is very clutch when it comes to getting last-minute winners or getting goals when the side need him to. And it looks like Jacob McLaughlin is also coming on too. So Sutherland Sharks making the substitutions. Here is Ofuka. Throw now, here's Perez. Perez trying to find a throw and an option. Looks like there's not many options there, but finds Nicholas Olsen, who touches it down nice and wins the foul once again for his side. Nicholas Olsen now to restart us here. Here's Werner Morengen. Nicolau. Back to Pedasevsky. He is gone. Pedasevsky to Gone. Here's Perez. Ofuka was the target man, but instead it's cleared away by Gyarson. Here's Gone. Number 10, Maya, the goal scorer for the Sutherland Sharks. Da Silva gets the important boot onto it. Here's Callahan. Tries to get it to Hong, and it's passed out. And it looks like the substitutions for the Sutherland Sharks are about to come on. Lachlan McDonald, an avid Green Bay Packers fan. I've made sure to give it into him when the Bears beat the Packers. He's coming on for Perez. And McLaughlin looks like is coming on for, I think that's Choi. A bit more about the 2 players that have just come on.
Double substitution for Sutherland Sharks. Coming off, number 5.
So Lachlan McDonald scored in the last game, actually, against Manly United. Coming off the bench on the 66th minute and scoring on the 84th minute. So he is Mr. Clutch when the Sharks need him to be. He returned to the Sharks midway through 2024 after having a stint with MacArthur Bulls. He actually went to China to represent the University of Wollongong, which I am an alumni of, in football. And he's also got another goal that came against Sydney United 58 in round 2, which I heard was a belter. And Jacob McLaughlin is his first season with the Sharks after coming from Sydney FC. 5 starts in 9 games and 1 goal, the man with the ball now, which came in under-20s against Apia in a 3-2 defeat. And it looks like Danny Wong will be coming on for Sydney Olympic, which is good for him to see. He struggled with injuries at the Sutherland Sharks when he was there last year. Didn't get many games in under his belt. So for him to finally get some games in will be good, not only for his confidence, but for his side as well. Here's Nick Olsen. There is Maka. And Nicolau. Here he is once again, whipped in. Cleared away by Bosniak. That was Jamie Persevsky there. There is Ty McGowan. Out to Maka. Whipped in. McLaughlin, that's a beautiful header to get inside, still in possession of the ball. And it's crossed in. And Maka couldn't get that final finish onto it. And it is a goal kick. Here is Orlovic now. Kicks it up. Another long ball for the keeper. There's Aaron Basic. Finds Luka. Cleared away. Could there be something promising? Ofuka tries to get it. Fernandez loses it, but here's Luka. Sends it out wide now to De Silva. Olympic just getting some passes around into the box, but not producing anything to test the Sutherland Sharks defence. Ziggy Gordon now with a long ball that goes into the abyss. It is a goal kick for Daniel Nizic to chase. Daniel Nizic is the club captain of the Sutherland Sharks. Very, very experienced between the sticks. Signed last season, started last season as well. There is Persevsky. There is Van Amorengen. Out wide now to Nicolau. Finds Lachlan McDonald. Back to Tarek Meyer. There's Persevsky. And another substitution is getting ready, it looks like, for Sutherland Sharks. Julian Fidel is coming on. Wearing the number 30. Looks like he will be coming on. He's regularly a 20s player, so will be crucial for him to get some minutes in first grade as well. Also important for his confidence there. So, Orlovic to go along once again. Both keepers hailing from, we've got background in former Yugoslav countries. And a foul has been given for the pulling of the shirts. And we have a double substitution for Sydney Olympic. It will be Yuta Komura and Daniel Wong coming on. And Julian Fidel comes on for Ty McGowan, the birthday boy, whose game finishes there. So double substitution. It looks like it's the two young lads in Yorgo Luka and Brooklyn Malia who are coming on for some experience. And a bit about Mr. Yuta Komura. So he comes from Japan. It's his first season. It's his first season at the club, and started every game but this one. And he has one goal in their 5-1 win against SD Raiders on the 14th of February, round 2. Previously played for Mount Druitt Town Rangers, who have been renamed this season actually, I think, to Western Sydney Rangers. Played in New Zealand as well. And he actually brushes his teeth twice before a game as his pre-match superstition. So let's see if he can keep his goals as tidy as his teeth and potentially get something for Sydney Olympic. Swift up now. Still 1-1 here at Belmore Sports Ground. There's McDonald. Hoping that he's okay just for the sake of the Sharks and for the sake of... We don't like to see players coming off injured, especially when they're semi-professionals and they have to go back to work on Monday. But it looks like he's okay. Just a little bit of a limp. Or Tuesday, due to public holiday, but here we go. We're back into the action now. Danny Wong is actually facing his former side. He's had also a bit of experience in China as well. Sydney Olympic. The Sydney Olympic faithful starting the Sydney Olympic classic chant there. Free kick now for Sydney Olympic. Whipped in. It's a promising whip, but it goes straight into the hands of Nizic, who falls over but gets the ball away to Fidel. There's a Nick Olsen. Oh, he made both defenders tumble there as Bosniak tackles Ziggy Gordon, and a free kick has been won. He made Jacob McLaughlin fall over there, and it looks like it's a free kick. Well, it is a free kick. Nick Olsen will potentially use his left foot if he's delivered in. It is in a great position for a left-footed set piece, so let's see what they can do from it. It's going to be whipped in now by Nick Olsen. Whipped in now. Can they get ahead to it? It is headed. It's whipped in. But he was offside. And Sydney Olympic can breathe a sigh of relief there. And it will be restarted with Josip Orlovic, who's going to once again kick it long. Well, then it's a mistake from the Sharks, and can Sydney Olympic capitalise from it? It's great defending there from the Sutherland Sharks, and it's a chance there for Sydney Olympic there. And Yuta Kimura, who just came on, could have made it 2-1. Sutherland Sharks can breathe a sigh of relief. It was brilliant defending there from Tiz Van Amerengen to help his side make sure they do not concede again. And that's what they brought him in for, to get that European pedigree and experience, and the game still remains 1-1. Here's Nicolau. Continuing to move around with the ball. Here's McLaughlin. And Ofuka is in an offside position. And here's Orlovic now. Looks like he'll kick that one forward. Which he does. Does it find Danny Wong, who is the target man? So it does, but it wasn't touchdown as well. And Ziggy Gordon concedes the foul, with a push in the back there on Julian Fidel. Passed. And it is a free kick now that Tariq Maya, the goal scorer, will take. Tariq Maya now to deliver. Goes to Ofuka. There's Maya. Cleared up there. Ball's on the ground. Sydney Olympic. Sydney Olympic won the foul, but instead the Sutherland Sharks can counter-attack. It's gone out to Nicholas Olsen, showing his expertise there. And not long to go now. We are in the 87th minute. If anything's going to come, it has to come very soon here. Here's Maya. Out to Nicolau. Some last-ditch efforts from both sides need to come. Here's Lachlan McDonald. Whipped in. It found the head, and it's into the back of the net. Tis Van Amorengan. Lachlan McDonald delivers the cross. It falls into the head of Van Amorengan. Lachlan McDonald comes in clutch again, this time with an assist, and they have delivered. Sutherland Sharks have scored at the deadlock against Sydney Olympic, extending their losing streak to 6 games in a row. Sutherland Sharks have scored, and it is the Dutch delight himself, Tis Van Amorengan, with a thumping header with the remnants of Virgil van Dijk's all over that big head that fell straight into the back of the net. Lachlan McDonald with a crisp and accurate cross that fell straight into the head of Van Amorengan, and Sutherland Sharks could head back to Seymour Shaw Stadium with the all-pivotal 3 points. I said that something had to happen at that moment, and it happened. Call it the commentator's curse, if you will, but Sutherland Sharks are now ahead in what was a beautiful sequence there by the Sutherland Sharks. Sydney Olympic are not done yet, however, and they can continue here. Can they find something to make it 2-2? Then Amorengan has conceded the foul. The man who scored the goal has conceded the foul. And there is a player on the floor. It looks like it might be Wong, who has just come on. Oh, no, it's not. Daniel Wong is holding the ball. False alarm there. But it is Liam Saba who has come on now. Who is his first season with Sydney Olympic, playing under 20s in 2022 and 2023 with Olympic, and most recently played in the Queensland NPL with Wynnum Wolves in 2024 and Gold Coast Knights in 2025. Played his first game for first grade last round against Wollongong Wolves. And Nizic looks to be in some sort of discomfort there. Let's hope that everything is okay for him.
Between Sydney Olympic and Sutherland Sharks under 20s, kicking off at 7 p.m.
Looks like the under 20s game set to kick off at 7 p.m. Will be a bit delayed. Looks like the Sutherland Sharks might come away with all 3 points. The game is not over yet. Which, by the way, if the Sutherland Sharks do get the 3 points, it'll be the first time they have beat Sydney Olympic. Stuttering my words there. Sydney Olympic at this ground in 5 years.
That's not enough Sydney Olympic football. There is a Tuesday night Australia Cup fixture at Valentine Park, 7 p.m.
And of course, the last time these two met at Belmore Sports Ground, Sydney Olympic did win 2-1. And it's been 2 years since the Sutherland Sharks have beaten Sydney Olympic, which was on the 9th of March. So This looks like the drought could end shortly, depending on the rest of this game. But it looks good so far for the Sutherland Sharks, who are leading this game. A thumping header from Van Amerengen. And it's to Persevsky now. Headed up. Sorry, kicked up. There's Danny Wong. Out wide now to Garson. Brings it in. And it's Daniel Nizic who's going to restart us. And that could be that. That could be that here at Belmore Sports Ground. All the refs are checking their watches. There might be a little bit of more added time on from that Daniel Nizic treatment, which he obviously seems to be okay now. He's urging his team forward. As the lights come on here at Belmore Sports Ground, so do the lights of the Sutherland Sharks players' faces, as they could be walking away here with the 3 points. And all crucial 3 points. Sydney Olympic devastated to have 6 losses in a row. I thought that was going to confirm it right there, but to have 6 losses in a row, devastating for the side hailing from right here in Belmore as well. So, looks like the game is in its final moments. In its final moments here, as Sutherland Sharks are all they want to hear is that whistle from Charlotte Flynn to cement the game and secure the 3 points and the dub for the Sharks. All they can do now is just play their football, not get complacent, and just hope that all can stick to plan in the last few moments here at Belmore Sports Ground. It has been a pleasure, me, Christos Mamastakis, calling this game for you guys. It is always a pleasure as well. And it is a throw-in. Ben Garson not happy with that. There's Ziggy Gordon now. Still pressing Sutherland Sharks. They're still not giving up. They want these 3 points. They still keep going now. Let's see if they can come away with these 3 points. There's Ziggy Gordon out wide to Ben Garson. There's Brendan Garn. Clears it out to Nick Olsen. Also, Daniel Nizic, the captain, will definitely be happy with this one. He has a goalkeeper coaching business, last line goalkeeping. So make sure to check that out for these young and aspiring goalkeepers, who is actually the goalkeeper coach Nathan Denham, Save Goalkeeping, has helped Daniel Nizic perform to the way he performed last season and for this season with the Sutherland Sharks too. And that all but cements it. 3 points at Belmore Sports Ground for the first time in 5 years for the Sutherland Sharks, and their first win against the home side in 2 years. It is the full time here at Belmore Sports Ground. Sydney Olympic 1, Sutherland Sharks 2. Thanks to an 88-minute banging header from Van Amerengen to secure the 3 points and secure the dub for the Sutherland Sharks, who will be able to drive back to the south with their hands held up high, but knowing that they have done all that they can to get the 3 points. We'd like to thank all of you for tuning in tonight. Have a brilliant weekend. Happy Easter for everyone tomorrow. And for the Orthodox people, happy Easter for next week. And it has been Christos Mamastakis. It has been a pleasure. Have a great night and peace out.
Thank you, everyone. Good night. God bless. And drive safe.
Here. What's the time, Mr. Rook?
It's home time.
Today, at least they failed it.
Yeah.